Let me ask you something. Have you ever added a pinch of turmeric to your smoothie or tea thinking you were giving your body a healthy boost? You're not alone. Turmeric has gained a lot of attention in recent years, and for good reason. Its bright golden color is hard to miss, and so are its benefits. The magic comes from curcumin, the active compound in turmeric that gives it both its color and its healing power. Curcumin is known for being a natural anti-inflammatory. It can help reduce joint pain and swelling, especially for those dealing with arthritis or age-related aches. It's also been linked to improved digestion, better liver function, and even protection for your cells thanks to its antioxidant properties. Some early studies suggest it might help the body fight against certain cancers. Sounds pretty amazing, right? But here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. Turmeric is powerful, but only when used the right way. Many people assume that because it's natural, it must always be good. But like anything in life, timing, balance, and context matter. You might be surprised to learn that some everyday foods, or even habits, can interfere with turmeric's effects. For example, did you know that combining turmeric with certain dairy products may reduce how much curcumin your body absorbs? Or that consuming it with high-calcium foods can block its benefits? Even more surprising, some combinations can actually backfire and cause unwanted effects, especially if you're on medications for blood pressure, diabetes, or blood thinning. This doesn't mean you should stop taking turmeric, but it does mean we need to be more intentional about how we use it. Think of it like this: turmeric is like a key, but without the right lock, it doesn't do much. The way we combine it with other foods or the time of day we take it can make a world of difference. For example, pairing turmeric with black pepper dramatically boosts its absorption. The piperine in black pepper helps your body actually use the curcumin instead of just flushing it out. So why are we talking about this today? Because I believe health isn't just about taking the right things, it's about taking them the right way. Turmeric is one of nature's most powerful gifts, but to truly benefit from it, we need to understand it a little deeper. In today's video, we're going to uncover the lesser-known truth about turmeric. What helps it work better, what might get in the way, and how you can make small, smart choices to unlock its full potential. If you've ever turned to turmeric for your joints, your digestion, or just to support your long-term wellness, this is a conversation you won't want to miss. Let's get started. Let's start with something that might surprise you. Turmeric and sugar don't mix well. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait, isn't turmeric good for you no matter what? It can be. But when you combine it with certain types of food, especially sugary ones, its powerful benefits can get lost in the noise. Let me explain. Turmeric, especially its key compound curcumin, is known for its anti-inflammatory effects. That's one of the reasons so many people turn to it when they're dealing with joint pain, digestive issues, or even looking for ways to support their immune system. But here's the catch. Refined sugar does the exact opposite. It promotes inflammation in the body and increases oxidative stress. So when you mix something anti-inflammatory like turmeric with something pro-inflammatory like sugar, they cancel each other out. It's like trying to wash your car during a rainstorm. You're putting in the effort, but the results aren't going to stick. Here's a real-world example. Golden milk, also known as turmeric milk, is a popular drink. Many people enjoy it with a spoonful of honey or even a bit of brown sugar to sweeten the taste. It feels comforting, especially at night. But if you overdo the sugar, even if it's natural, you're weakening turmeric's benefits. That healing cup suddenly becomes much less effective. And it's not just in drinks. Think about pastries, sweetened cereals, flavored yogurts, or even some healthy granola bars. They may seem innocent, but they often hide high amounts of added sugar. If you're trying to take turmeric regularly for your health, these sweet treats might be holding you back. From a personal standpoint, I used to love making turmeric lattes at home with a good amount of honey. But when I started cutting back on the sweetness, just a light drizzle instead of a whole spoonful, I noticed my digestion improved, and that achy stiffness in my knees started to fade more consistently. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up everything sweet. Life is meant to be enjoyed, and a little honey now and then isn't the enemy. But it's all about being mindful. If you're adding turmeric to your routine to fight inflammation or support your health, consider how much sugar you're pairing it with. So next time you reach for a turmeric tea, ask yourself, am I helping my body or working against it without realizing it? Up next, we'll talk about another food group that can sneakily reduce turmeric's power, one that many people eat every single day without knowing the effect it has. Stick around, because the next one might just be sitting in your fridge right now. Here's another food pairing that might be sabotaging your efforts to stay healthy with turmeric, and it's one we're all guilty of at some point: fried foods and unhealthy oils. We're talking about things like French fries, fried chicken, onion rings, or even those crispy snacks that come in shiny bags and tempting flavors. They might taste good in the moment, but when it comes to pairing them with turmeric, the combo is anything but helpful. Let me explain why. Turmeric is known to be a powerful supporter of liver health. One of its most underrated benefits is its ability to help the liver detoxify, clearing out harmful substances and reducing inflammation in the body. But here's the problem. When you eat turmeric alongside heavily fried foods or dishes made with unhealthy fats, you're giving your liver mixed signals. Why? Because those unhealthy oils, especially ones used in deep frying, are hard on your liver. They're often high in trans fats and oxidized compounds that can increase inflammation and put your liver under stress. And that stress? It interferes with turmeric's ability to do its job effectively. So instead of helping your liver detox and heal, the turmeric ends up fighting a losing battle, one spoonful of fried food at a time. Let's take an example. Imagine someone wants to be healthy, so they sprinkle turmeric over their fried chicken or toss it on a plate of greasy fries thinking, hey, at least I'm adding something good. But unfortunately, the healing power of turmeric can't cancel out the damage caused by deep-fried, overly processed fats. And this isn't just theory. It's something I've personally seen play out. I once had a friend who started adding turmeric to everything after reading about its benefits for inflammation. But he was still eating fast food multiple times a week. After a few months, he told me he wasn't feeling any different. No surprise there. His liver and his digestive system were still overwhelmed. Turmeric simply couldn't keep up. Now, that doesn't mean you have to give up every comfort food forever. Life is about balance. But it does mean that if you're serious about using turmeric to support your health, it's worth taking a closer look at what else is on your plate. So here's a little tip. If you want to enjoy turmeric and help your body absorb its full benefits, try pairing it with healthy fats like olive oil, avocado, or even coconut milk. These fats help your body absorb curcumin better and don't put unnecessary stress on your liver. The bottom line? Turmeric works best in a healthy environment. So let's set it up for success, not sabotage. Coming up next, we'll look at a food group many people think is healthy, but can surprisingly reduce turmeric's effectiveness. You might even be having it with breakfast. Stay tuned. Let's talk about a food group that sneaks into almost everyone's diet: processed foods, and why they just don't get along with turmeric. Now, I get it. We're all busy. Life gets hectic, and sometimes you just need something quick and easy. A can of soup, a microwavable meal, or a pack of instant noodles can seem like a lifesaver when you're short on time or energy. But here's the thing. Those convenience foods come with a hidden cost, especially if you're trying to use turmeric to support your health. Processed foods like sausages, canned meats, frozen dinners, and packaged snacks are usually loaded with preservatives, artificial additives, and large amounts of salt and sugar. These ingredients aren't just hard on your body, they actively contribute to chronic inflammation over time. And that's where the problem starts. You see, turmeric's main role, its real superpower, is fighting inflammation and protecting your cells from oxidative stress. But when you mix it with processed foods, it's like trying to row a boat against the current. The very things turmeric is trying to reduce, your packaged meal is making worse. For example, let's say someone adds turmeric powder to their cup of instant noodles, thinking, hey, this makes it healthy, right? Unfortunately, the preservatives and artificial flavor enhancers in that soup aren't just overpowering the turmeric, they're making its job harder. Turmeric was never meant to fight battles like this on its own. And here's something else to consider. Many processed foods contain unhealthy fats and hidden sugars. These additives make the body more prone to inflammation, turning every small health issue into something that lingers and grows. That achy knee, that sluggish feeling after eating, that might not just be aging, it might be your food working against you. Personally, I used to think I could balance out a frozen dinner by sprinkling in some turmeric or drinking golden milk afterward. But over time, I realized it doesn't work like that. Real healing comes from the whole picture, not one heroic spice trying to undo a dozen other bad ingredients. So what's the takeaway here? If you want turmeric to do its best work in your body, give it a cleaner stage. Swap out the processed snacks for whole foods, fresh vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy grains. Even small shifts can make a big difference. Remember, turmeric is like a wise friend. It works best when it's surrounded by the right company. Coming up next, we'll take a closer look at a food that many people think is healthy, but when paired with turmeric, might actually hold it back. Stay tuned. You might find it in your breakfast bowl tomorrow morning. So far, we've talked about how processed foods can undermine turmeric's benefits. But now, let's move into something even more common, something many of us enjoy at dinners, celebrations, or just to wind down after a long day: alcohol. Now, before we go any further, this isn't about judgment. It's about understanding what really happens inside our bodies when we mix turmeric with things like wine, beer, or cocktails. Turmeric, especially its active compound curcumin, is well known for its liver-supporting properties. It helps the liver detoxify, reduce inflammation, and protect itself from damage. That's a big deal considering how much our liver does for us, filtering blood, breaking down toxins, managing cholesterol, and more. But here's where the conflict begins. Alcohol puts stress on the liver, and not just in extreme amounts. Even moderate drinking over time can lead to inflammation, fatty liver buildup, and oxidative stress. When you combine alcohol and turmeric, it's like asking your liver to heal and hurt itself. At the same time, imagine trying to mop up a spill while someone keeps pouring water on the floor. That's exactly what your liver is experiencing. Let's say someone drinks a glass of wine and then, to be healthy, makes a turmeric smoothie or takes a curcumin supplement right after. The intention is good, but the result might be frustrating, because alcohol and turmeric are pushing the liver in two opposite directions. One is trying to clean house, and the other is making a mess. I remember a story from a viewer who reached out to me. He had started taking turmeric every morning after reading about its benefits for joint pain and liver health. But he also enjoyed a couple of beers each evening with dinner. After a few months, he was frustrated. "Why don't I feel better?" he asked. Well, now we know why. The truth is, turmeric isn't a magic fix. It's a powerful ally, but it needs support. And one of the best ways to support turmeric's liver-loving effects is to cut back or time your alcohol intake carefully. If you're going to enjoy a drink, give your liver some space. Avoid taking turmeric supplements right around the same time. Even better, consider swapping a nightly drink for a golden milk latte once or twice a week. Your liver will thank you, and turmeric will have a better shot at doing its job. Up next, let's talk about a food that may surprise you, something that seems innocent and even healthy, but might be quietly reducing turmeric's impact. Any guesses? Yep, we're talking about calcium-rich or dairy-heavy foods. Stay tuned. How? Earlier, we talked about how alcohol can cancel out many of turmeric's benefits, especially when it comes to liver health. Now, let's look at something much less obvious, but just as important: acidic foods. Have you ever started your day with a warm lemon water, followed by a turmeric supplement or golden milk? Or maybe you added turmeric to a salad with a vinegar-based dressing. It sounds healthy, right? But here's what most people don't realize. Too much acid in the digestive system can actually destroy curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, before your body even gets a chance to absorb it. That means all the anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and even anti-cancer benefits we're hoping for, gone before they can do any good. Let's break it down. Foods like vinegar, lemons, oranges, soda, raw tomatoes, and even some carbonated drinks all contribute to a more acidic stomach environment. In that high-acid state, curcumin becomes unstable and breaks down rapidly. So, you might be adding turmeric to your smoothie or meal, thinking you're making a smart, health-conscious move. But if that smoothie also contains orange juice or pineapple, you might be setting turmeric up for failure. Here's a good analogy. Imagine curcumin as a delicate letter you're trying to mail to your body's immune system. But acidic foods? They're like pouring rain on that letter before you even reach the mailbox. The message gets smeared, lost, undelivered. That's why timing and food pairing matter so much. Now, this doesn't mean you should cut acidic foods out of your diet entirely. They have their own health benefits too. But if you're intentionally using turmeric for inflammation, digestion, or immune support, consider spacing it out from acidic meals and beverages. Give it some space to shine. Here's a tip I often share. Take turmeric with a small amount of healthy fat, like olive oil or coconut milk, and a pinch of black pepper. That combo improves absorption dramatically and doesn't interfere like acidic foods can. I once heard from a yoga instructor who started every morning with turmeric tea and a splash of lemon juice. After months, she still felt sluggish and achy. When she finally separated the lemon from the turmeric, taking them a few hours apart, she noticed a real difference within weeks. Her joints felt better, her digestion improved, and she felt more energized. Sometimes, it's the smallest changes that lead to the biggest results. So, now you know. Curcumin is powerful, but it's also delicate. To get the most from it, we have to treat it with a little care, and that means watching what we eat with it. All right, we've now covered 5 surprising foods that can interfere with turmeric. But don't worry, we're not ending on a what not to do. Coming up next, I'll share the best foods and combinations to eat with turmeric to supercharge its effects and truly support your health. You won't want to miss this part. So let's bring it all together. Turmeric is truly one of nature's most powerful gifts. When used correctly, it can reduce inflammation, soothe digestion, support liver function, and even help protect the body from oxidative stress. But like many things in life, the how matters just as much as the what. If you've been adding turmeric to your meals or drinks hoping to improve your health, that's a wonderful start. But to truly unlock its benefits, we have to be mindful about what we combine it with. As we explored today, certain foods, like sugary snacks, greasy fried items, processed convenience meals, alcohol, and highly acidic foods, can interfere with how our bodies absorb curcumin, the active compound in turmeric. Some of these combinations don't just reduce the benefits of turmeric, they may even cause your liver or digestive system more harm than good. But here's the good news. Now that you know, you can make small, thoughtful changes that will make a big difference. For example, instead of stirring turmeric into a sweet, syrupy drink, try mixing it into a warm tea with coconut milk and just a pinch of black pepper. Why black pepper? Because it contains piperine, a natural compound that helps your body absorb curcumin up to 2,000% better. And healthy fats, like those in olive oil or coconut oil, also help turmeric do its job more efficiently. It's all about giving turmeric the environment it needs to thrive inside your body. I often think of turmeric like a helpful friend. You've invited them over to support your health, but if the room is filled with noise and toxins, they won't be able to help much. So instead, create a calm, nourishing space, free from processed foods and stress, and watch the results unfold. And remember, good health doesn't require perfection. You don't have to cut out everything overnight. Just begin by becoming more aware of your choices and allow that awareness to gently guide your daily habits. So, what's one thing you'll change this week? Maybe you'll skip the soda with lunch and opt for water. Or switch from salad dressing with vinegar to a turmeric olive oil mix. Or maybe, just maybe, you'll try golden milk at night with a little black pepper and see how your body responds. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear about it. Leave a comment below and share your experience, because your story might just inspire someone else to take the first step too. And if you found this video helpful or eye-opening, please consider giving it a like. It truly helps our channel grow and reach more people who are on their journey to better health. Don't forget to subscribe to Elderly Joy Life, where we share practical, heart-centered videos every week to help you feel better, move better, and live with more joy, no matter your age. Thanks for spending your time with me today. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind to yourself, and keep choosing what makes you feel alive.